Hi, my name is Christian St. Pierre. Welcome to Poked in the Movies, a weekly series exploring the depictions of acupuncture in film. Every week I'm going to be choosing at least one movie which shows acupuncture being performed on screen, and using my experience and expertise as a registered acupuncturist, I'm going to react, review, and grade the acupuncture in that scene. Should be fun. Let's get started. Supermen against the Orient is a 1973 Italian action comedy directed by Vito Albertini and starring Robert Malcolm. It's the fourth movie in a superhero franchise which sees FBI agents donning bulletproof suits to fight crime. In this particular movie, Robert Malcolm plays Robert Wallace, an FBI agent who is sent to the Orient, notably Thailand, Hong Kong, and Taiwan, to bust a gang of drug traffickers. The movie is odd because, first of all, it has an Italian comedic flair, so we're not used to that kind of comedy. It's very slapstick. It came out, actually was produced and then came out just at the height of Bruce Lee's stardom, when he had just finished doing Enter the Dragon and was on his way to completing The Game of Death before his untimely demise. So the action genres were basically trying to get on board with these Hong Kong action kung fu flicks. It seems a bit odd that we would find an acupuncture scene in an Italian action comedy movie, but the 70s were a weird time for movies. So let's take a look. So the scene starts with Robert, Max, and Jerry attending a kung fu tournament and watching a kung fu master named Tang defeat his opponent. Now the announcer comes into the ring and asks if there's anyone in the audience who wants to challenge Master Tang before he awards him the championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, before I announce the award of the honor and title of champion of the world, if there is anyone here who did not participate in the elimination bout and would like to challenge the champion now, let him step forward.
We have here a man in a million, an extraordinary athlete.
Max and Jerry trick Robert into competing by basically pushing him into the ring. The results are disastrous.
Still, my pals are always playing these stupid tricks on me. Compliments on your clown. All right, if you want.
After a devastating defeat, Robert finds himself in hospital in what can only be described as a stereotypical, cartoonish, full-body traction scene.
I'd like to teach you all about Kung Fu.
Great. First you break all my bones, then you teach me how you did it.
I am very sorry. It distresses me greatly.
First you break all my bones, then you teach me how you did it. Anyone who understands anything about anatomy and physical combat knows that that particular fight did not break every bone in Robert's body. There's no reason why he should be in full body traction like this. It's just for comedic effect. So Robert's obviously not happy seeing Max and Jerry because of what they did to him.
Here's a present. Sure made a mess of you. You got more bandages than a mummy. I didn't know you were so damn fragile. We didn't mean for you to get hurt. And we're ashamed, right, Jerry?
Every bone is broken.
Don't be so down on the mouth. What he did, we'll undo. Right, Jerry?
So Jerry actually plays a mute, and now he's pantomiming
What's he doing? What's he trying to say?
acupuncture.
The best medicine in the Orient.
Alright, so here we go. So again, this is an example of real acupuncture being performed on the actor Robert Malcolm, who's playing Robert Wallace.
What happened, Doctor? Have I got a puncture?
No, your friend is making a joke.
Oh, thank goodness. I didn't bring my spare lung.
I didn't bring my spare lung. Well, that's kind of a funny joke. So it's funny, but at the same time there is a bit of seriousness to that. It takes a lot of training and experience to perform acupuncture safely. And without that training experience, you can actually cause serious injury. Chiropractors and physiotherapists and inexperienced acupuncturists are at higher risk of causing those serious injuries, and the most common serious injury is what's called a pneumothorax, or a lung puncture. Now, needles placed over the back like this increase that risk extensively. So any needles that you would place in the chest or the back area, that's where the lungs are, and so if you needle too deeply or if you needle incorrectly, then there is a chance of causing a puncture in the lung, even a tear in the lung, which can then lead to serious complications and the need for surgery. Now, in this case, the acupuncturist has needled quite shallowly, but he has needled vertically, which is one of the things that we would consider to be a risky needling technique on the back. Anytime you needle vertically, there is a chance of passing through the muscle and actually passing through the rib cage and hitting the lung. Now, in this case, it really does seem as though the needles are incredibly superficial. They're just in the first third of the back muscle. Not likely that there was any kind of an issue, but as far as safety is concerned, to increase the safety of the technique, usually needling on an angle actually provides that extra sense or that extra level of safety and security.
By tomorrow, he'll be strong enough to win an Olympic medal.
Thank you very much, Doctor.
By tomorrow, he'll be strong enough to win an Olympic medal. Didn't he just have every bone in his body broken? Acupuncture will not allow someone who has broken bones to be winning Olympic medals in 2 days. So acupuncture is actually well known for its healing effects, but also for its performance enhancing effects. Healthy individuals who get acupuncture can actually gain a physical enhancement or a physical advantage. Acupuncture is often used for athletes who are wanting to optimize their performance or enhance their performance through natural means. Studies have shown that acupuncture has actually increased the total height that high jumpers can attain, as well as the total length of distance that long jumpers can attain. So that's a very interesting aspect of acupuncture, that you can actually increase muscular performance. So that's it. That's the scene. The movie itself is awful slapstick, but at least we have real acupuncture being performed on screen on one of the actors by an acupuncturist who, in this case, appears to have taken on a small acting role in the film itself. I don't have too much to say, except that, again, I'm not a fan of the needling technique. The handle is there for a reason. You should be able to needle properly while holding onto the handle and not the shaft of the needle. As far as the angle of the needles are concerned in the back, personally, I wouldn't needle perpendicularly like that. I would needle on an angle. It's safer. However, I do understand that from a cinematic perspective, probably the perpendicular needles do look better, and they didn't go in that deep. They just went into the top third of the muscle, it looks like. Of course, acupuncture is not going to help you heal your broken bones in one treatment. Most acupuncture requires a course of treatment for it to be effective anyway. But the idea that acupuncture is performance enhancing, that is a valid concept, and it is something that acupuncture can do. Overall, I'd give the scene a B rating. We're not shown any special techniques such as needle warming moxibustion or fire needling, but we are shown a real acupuncture treatment being performed on one of the actors by a real acupuncturist, and the concept behind the treatment is that it's going to enhance his physical performance. And that's a very real thing. So if you're in the mood for a ridiculous slapstick action comedy movie that features real acupuncture, Supermen of the Orient is just the ticket for you. Hey, you made it to the end of the video. I'm always happy to hear from you, so let me know what you thought about the grade that I gave this acupuncture scene. If you have any comments or questions, or if you have a movie that you'd like me to review, you can always write it down in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and the bell button so you'll get a notification as soon as my next video comes out. That's it for today. See you next time.